threw it aside and said, "No, devil, you're not going to lie to me. If my son died today in a car wreck, he'd be with Jesus. You would lose." And I came up here, taught the lesson. You'll see. When you watch it, you'll see. Let God do it.
That death entered into the world, and because he ate of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, right? And it wasn't Eve, even though she ate of it first, it was he. And he took it because God told him don't, and he told her not to. But rather than be separated from her, he decided that he would too. And so, in his decision to decide instead of to keep from being separated from her, he would be separated from God. When he did that, sin came upon mankind. And it was Christ that came. And it says that by the disobedience of one did sin and death come. And so by the obedience unto death of the other was sin dealt with. See, Jesus came to deal with our sin. In John 19, verse 30, it says, when Jesus had received the vinegar, he was hanging on the cross. He was breathing his last breaths. And it says that he said, it is finished. And he bowed his head and gave up his spirit. Do you know what that word is? It is finished. That word is, I don't know if it's pronounced tetelestai or tetelestai, but that's the word that the people used to put on the bills in the marketplace to say paid in full. When Christ came, he came to pay for everything in full. Not just a little bit. You don't have just a little freedom. You don't have just a little forgiveness. You don't have just a little grace. You don't have just a little of any of this. You have it all. In the name of Jesus. You see, when Adam partook of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, it became an eternity of death. Eternity of death. Until Christ hung on the other tree and brought us life eternal. I want you all to know, boys and girls, I went through one big battle back there in that room last night. I sat back there and I had to redo